back, guys. Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. I give you the rundown on tennis coverage every day. Konnichiwa! Naomi Osaka in the building as always. This video brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use to Fair Dealing and the Digital Millennium Act. Right now, taking on Julia Grabher. Now, listen, guys, this has been a seesaw battle back and forth. And this is Osaka early on in the season getting into her form, right? Getting into shape. 3 aces so far, winning 68% of her first serves, 80% of her second serves. But Julia's powerful. She packs a mean punch. She saved all 4 of the opportunities to break that Osaka had. But I want to let you guys know why Osaka is just always going to be in my top tier list of tennis players as long as she's on tour that can beat anyone any given day of the week because of her forehand, her backhand, her serve. She can beat you inside the baseline, beyond the baseline, and with rockets like this, no one's safe. That's just impossible to defend. There's no one on tour that can defend a shot like that. And look, rewind it if you want to see it again. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at Auckland. Corey Coco Gauff, the future of tennis, will not be here defending her championship. Why? Because she's probably headed towards a United Cup victory. It's Team USA is the favorite to win. Coco is undefeated. She's played what, 4 matches? She hasn't dropped a set so far. 2 singles, 2 doubles matches. She is just dominating things. But I want to take a look here at the remaining draw here in Auckland as we head to the round of 16. Madison Keys, and listen, guys, imagine Osaka, the 7th seed in a WTA 250. Ooh, times have changed, right? Maddie Patty's the number 1 seed. She's going to be taking on Jacqueline Christian. I would like to think that Madison Keys shouldn't have a problem getting past Jacqueline, even though they head-to-heads 1-1. The last match they played, Madison was coming off of, some inactivity. She was up big, and she blew that lead in Charleston, South Carolina. I think she'll be fine tonight. Big game, Sophia Kenin taking on Clara Towson. That's going to be a good match. I do feel, however, despite Towson's power, she struggled a lot against Stefani. I mean, she beat Stefani 6-2, 6-3, but Stefani had a lot of opportunities to break. I think if Kenin plays her game, she should get past Towson. I mean, we've seen her problem solve against tougher opponents like Sabalenka. Marino and Pera. I like Pera to win that match. I just think Pera's too good. She's the underdog also, by the way. Robin Montgomery's going to be taking on Neha Binu. That's going to be a good match. I think Neha Binu is going to be a similar test as Robin's previous match against Hantama. They have a very similar style. I would probably take a look at that match being a long match because I think Nay's a little bit mature than Hantama, but Robin's really, really good and she's powerful and she's going to be able to overpower Neha Binu in some of these exchanges. So I'd probably lean towards Robin to win that match. Katie Volynets and Ann Lee. Ann Lee coming off of that win over Sloane Stephens in 3 sets. That's a match there where she's gonna need time to play herself into shape. It's gonna take time, but overall, I like to think that Ann Lee, the longer the route, Ann Lee's gonna have a power advantage without a doubt. But the longer the rally goes, the advantage is going to be for Katie Volynets. Katie Volynets is by far a more accurate, consistent shot maker of all aspects of the court. She's going to have the athletic ability as well, the defensive edge. Ann Lee's got a lot of power, though. That's where she's going to have the advantage against Katie Volynets. But again, if these rallies go 5, 6, 7 shots deep, Volynets should win the bulk of those rallies. She's just a better shot maker. As simple as that. Greet Minin taking on Alicia Parks. Alicia Parks is going to have so many advantages on the checklist in this matchup. Serve advantage, as long as she plays clean situational serving. If the ace isn't there, use the situational serving. Huge advantage there. Alicia Parks is going to have the strength and power advantage, the athletic advantage. She's going to have the two-way play advantage, meaning she's able to cover ground from the baseline to the net, while Greet's going to be frozen in a lot of areas with her feet, just having to just rely on her shot-making ability. If Alicia Parks plays how she played against Amanda, she should get past Greet Menon, especially using her power. Greet can come up short on a lot of these deep balls with Alicia's range. Osaka in a tough match here against Julia. This is unfolding now. Osaka should have enough to pull away. Haley Baptiste taking on Jody Burge. Jody Burge, again, underdog against Young. A match, I had Jody Burge winning. Haley Baptiste is an amazing shot maker. And Coco told you that a couple years ago in DC, right? A year and a half ago. She said, watch out for Haley. She's a top 50 player any day of the week. And I've said this for a while. She's a younger version of Ons, right? She's a very skilled shot maker. Jody Burge is going to have the advantage on the baseline, but if Haley Baptiste can use her variety, her drop shots, her short balls, I think Jody's going to be in trouble. So I like Haley Baptiste to just run away with that one, and that's going to leave a very, very, very impressive quarterfinal here in Auckland. We have a lot of Americans here, guys, and I've told you this tournament has been good to Americans. Venus and Serena have been champions here. Coco's held the title the last couple years. This tradition in Auckland, Americans love it. But right now, Osaka in a battle. Can she get the job done, ladies and gentlemen? I also want to take a look at Iga Swiatek and Muchova. That's going to be a good match. A lot of people think Muchova can win that match, and I personally think she can too. Her varieties look really good. Iga, there's just something different about Iga. I mean, let's just be honest with it. Let's be honest with the situation. Watching Iga play so much, she doesn't look the same. She does not. It seems like something's missing from her game. So I think this is going to be a really tough test for Iga tonight, and this is going to shape how this tournament plays out. I think if Muchova defeats Iga, I think without a doubt you're going to have a final of Coco and Muchova. If Iga gets past Muchova, it's going to be Iga and Coco again. This is going to be great, guys, but we're also looking for the anticipated matchup that should happen between Coco and Elena Rybakina. Finally, guys, it's going to take place. Finally, it's going to take place. And I've been saying for a long time, this is my personal opinion, guys. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Coco's going to run circles around Elena Rybakina. She's just too good. We're going to see. Tennis minute, like the video, show some love. Wait a minute, there's another tournament. What about Brisbane? Well, okay, let me take a quick look at Brisbane. Okay, guys. Now, Brisbane, there's a matchup that I'm looking at. Actually, there's several. Polina, little sister Kunamoto, taking on Ludmila. I just think Ludmila's going to win that match. I mean, Polina had a very good win last time out, but I have to go with Ludmila. She's just a lot more powerful, a lot more experience, older. You know when you're coming up and you have those older athletes that you look up to? At some point, Veronica looked up to Ludmila. Let's just be honest. I think Ludmila takes care of business there. Kimberly Burrell. I like Emma Navarro to get past Kimberly Burrell. Kimberly Burrell took out Priscilla Hahn, which is a good win, but Emma Navarro should problem solve her way through that. Diana Yastremska, the 16th seed, taking on Anastasia Potapova. We saw these two young ladies play for the Wimbledon Junior Slam title. Potapova won that. A very exciting, thrilling match. Look, they used to be good friends, but, it's a shame what war does. They say love changes and best friends become strangers. That's sad. But you know what? I think Yastremska is probably playing a little bit better tennis right now. Potapova doesn't seem herself, to be honest with you, but this is a matchup head-to-head. Professionally, Diana, they haven't played in a very long time, by the way, but in juniors, a lot of people thought that Diana would win that junior match, and just having that extra match though could be an advantage for Potapova. So just keep that in mind. It probably will, to be honest with you. Overall, Potapova, if she can get to her backhand, I think Diana will make mistakes, but Diana's got to control her forehand. If she controls her forehand, I think she's got the better serve. She can put a lot more pressure throughout the match on Potapova. So we'll go with Diana to win. Peyton Stearns and Dasha, that's a matchup that I think Peyton Stearns had a very, very good win last time out. And the reality is, I told you what would happen, right? I told you she would beat Kudermetova as the underdog. Dasha hasn't played. We know she starts slow, so it's probably gonna be the same thing here. But overall, just watching them play in the past, Dasha's just a far and yes, guys, Peyton Stearns has defeated Dasha a couple times. If you go back to the U.S. Open this year, it's still 24, right? Happy New Year's Eve to everyone. Happy New Year's to everyone. Wishing you a safe, happy holiday. Peyton's won the last two meetings, and they were both at slams, right? The front they played three of the four slams last year. They played the Australian Open where Dasha won that in 3. They played at the French Open where Stearns beat Dasha on clay, which a lot of people didn't expect. And they played the US Open where Stearns also beat Dasha in straight sets. They've played, of the 5 times they played, 4 have been in slams, right? And the other at the 23 Cincinnati Open, a master event. They've all played each other at big events. This is a 500 event, another big event. I'm going to go with Dasha to win. I just think overall on hard, I think Dasha is going to be the better shot maker. Yes, Stearns did beat Dasha at the U.S. Open, but at the Australian Open earlier this year, Dasha won that as well as the Cincinnati Open, and I just think Dasha is going to be the better shot maker. Stearns is getting better, but if Dasha does what she's capable, she should beat Peyton Stearns. Marta Kashuk taking on Yu Yan. That's going to be a good match. Marta should have enough to get past Yu Yan, even though Yan had a very good win last time out. All right, we saw Yan beat Arantxa Rus, but Arantxa Rus she's got a left forehand. She's primarily a clay player, right? 600-700 wins on clay. She's very good on clay, but she's one-dimensional. And Yu Yan, she can mix it up from the baseline. She can come forward. Where Arantxa Rus, she just wants to camp out on that baseline. And if you extend the rally, she will make mistakes. The same with Marta. Marta, I say all the time, she plays better coming forward, but Marta's going to have a lot more power to pressure Arantxa Rus with Yu Yan. So I'd like Marta to win that match. Magdalena Frech, she should get past Susan Leymans. That's going to be a tough match, though. Linda Noskova should get past Tadoni. Vika and Maya Joint. Listen, guys, Australian, American, the reality here is Vika should problem solve and take Maya Joint to school. I like Ons to get past Elena Evanesian, and I like Sabalenka to get past Putintseva, guys. And right now, we're on serve in the first set. This might be headed to a tiebreak. Tennis in a minute. Like the video. Thank you guys for the love and support. Happy New Year to everyone. Another amazing year, guys. Again, year over year, the channel has grown. And again, I say this all the time. I don't do this for money. I do it for the love of the sport. As you guys been following me for a long time, I've been covering tennis for so many years, just not getting paid, just promoting the sport, propelling these ladies forward. We've been watching the guys dominate for so long. It's about time the ladies have next. We want to display to the world and make tennis just available in every household. I do think as Coco continues to develop and mature as a young woman, I think when she reaches number 1, I think we could see tennis back on CBS or NBC and these regular channels again, just like we watch, football on Sunday nights. I do think overall, though, that the tour is in good hands. Yes, there's been complaints about the schedule, but the good thing about tennis is it's a type of sport where there's always someone that's upcoming, that's exciting, that's going to keep the sport relevant. And as long as I'm around, I'm going to be covering it, bringing this to as many people that want to listen. And I say it all the time, I don't care if I get 1 like or 100 likes. I just want to bring you guys this exciting sport because it really is entertaining. It's popcorn worthy. And it's joyful, right? I'll pivot to something where Osaka's father told her. Osaka's father told her, a while back when she was going through her issues. He said, "You're a tennis player. Just play tennis." And I want to say to Osaka because, and even some of the other ladies out there, sometimes they feel they have the world on their shoulders, and especially Osaka. Osaka needs to understand that we appreciate your philanthropy, and yes, we all have a duty and obligation, a responsibility to make the world a better place and do what we can. But I do want Osaka to understand you don't have to feel that pressure on you. Just listening to what your father said, doing what you do and being great alone brings so much joy to people's faces. To see you happy, in shape, playing tennis and winning, it makes us happy just by doing that. And again, studies have been proven just happiness, laughing, joy will help you live a longer life. So you, Osaka, just being great at your craft, your God-given ability, your talents is going to make the world a better place just by doing that. So even if you can't make a rally or be present for some type of philanthropy event or be involved in the media, at some point, us everyday regular people, and yes, I help hundreds of people every day when I wake up. My job is to give back. I do a lot of philanthropy, and that's my job. But at some point, stars like Osaka and Coco, if you guys can't make it, then us normal people have to step up and do our parts as well. So you just continue to be great and do what you do. And that is your gift to the world because you're bringing joy to so many people. Just seeing you be happy and winning is making us happy. And even when you're losing, just seeing you give your best and your all is enough to get us through the day and be satisfied with your efforts. Because at the end of the day, it's entertainment, but your hard work and dedication that no one sees, that gives us joy when you're able to display it on the court. Tennis in a minute. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you for another year, guys. We're going to have some videos coming tomorrow. And let's tune into the United Cup, guys. Let's talk about Iga. Big, bad Iga.